Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, Glorious Crafts. Today we're going to be making a little mailbox for letters to Santa. You're going to need one of these mailboxes. You're going to need a plunger. I've used this plunger before. You're going to need a box cutter. You are going to need, I'm using one of these as the base, possibly this, to hold my mailbox. You're going to need paint colors. I have crimson, I have plaster, I do not have white. So let's get started. I'm going to take this apart. Now what I want to do is I want to cut around the center. I'm going to use my box cutter because I want to secure this back in there, and hopefully it'll stand up on its own. If not, that's why I have the other items. So for right now, I am going to cut around the plunger. This is not as easy as you would think. So I'm scoring it to make it a little easier on my life. So as you can see, it went through. So I'm going to use that to continue score around. Okay, not so bad once you get a little bit of it scored. So I'm going to keep scoring it until it goes through, and then as you can see, it's making its way through. Okay. You're also going to need some lettering. I do not have a Cricut, but I do have letters that I'm going to use to write letters to Santa on my mailbox. That's why you need paint also. And paint brushes, and paint sponges, and water, paper plate, whatever else you need. So I took the bottom half out, as you can see. Now I'm going to take this little nub off the end. I'm going to try and make it as flush as possible. You don't want to cut yourself. I was going to hold it in my hand and cut it, and then I thought better of it because I don't feel like going to the hospital today. So continue to score until you get the little nub off. That way your plunger can go back inside. Now, I think this might be able to hold my letters to Santa up straight. It's a little off-centered. So you could, I was thinking about this blessings jar. If I could put this in here somehow, some way, and hot glue it in there, and that will hold my mailbox. It's not a very heavy mailbox. It's made out of paper, cardboard. Okay? So now that that's done, I'm going to get to painting. Do not like the color that I have painted this. I made it black for something for Halloween. I'm going to paint it with the crimson red. I might leave the blessing sign on here. I'm going to take this back out And I'm going to paint all of this red except for the bottom. And then with my plaster paint, I'm going to paint the majority of this mailbox with the plaster. I'm going to keep the trees. I really like the trees, and this I really like, so I'm going to paint it all white and do letters to Santa on there. So I'm going to get started painting. So while my pole to my mailbox is drying and my mailbox itself, I am now going to stencil the words letters to Santa on a piece of paper. I think it's going to be easier than trying to, I don't have a Cricut, but trying to write actually on the board, on the mailbox itself. So I have, sorry about that, I bumped it. I have 2 Sharpie markers that are black and 1 red. So I'm just going to write out letters to Santa 2 times, so they'll go on the sides of my mailbox when it dries. Okay, I've had these boxes for forever. Never knew what to do with them. So basically, I'm going to cut a hole in this so that I can put my mailbox stand in here. I don't want a big hole. I'm also going to glue this together, and then, sorry about my dog barking, and then I'm going to paint it black. And you don't have to worry about the owl on it because I'm going to put flowers or ribbon or something around it. So I'm going to work on cutting a hole in this and painting it. I'm going to use my box cutter. So I'm going to measure it out, do it in the center where the nose is, and just cut right around here. And maybe leave these here because I don't want a big, huge hole. But we'll see how it works out. So while the mailbox is drying, my pole to the plunger is dry, the box is dry, the lid is dry. I am going to put this back on the bottom. Screw that on. Then I am going to hot glue in the center, hopefully, and then I'm going to try and get it through here, the top of my owl. So I might make a circle so I know where it's at. Okay, know where it's at to put that in there. So I have my box cutter. I'm going to make this hole a bit bigger. So I'm going to put it on here. And then I'm going to trace around as best I can to see where to cut. Now I don't want it too big. I apologize, somebody's here, so my dog is barking. I'm going to cut where the little owl face is. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to hot glue. Now don't forget, whenever you cut some of this, you're going to need to sand it because you don't want to get a splinter in your hand. and it does splinter because I honestly don't know what kind of wood this is, but it does splinter. So every time I break a piece off, I get my sandpaper block and I sand it. And it goes on the inside and the outside. Okay? So now you're going to take your plunger and put it through the hole. As you can hear, it's cracking, but I want it to be secure in there. Okay? So there it is. It's secure in there. Now there's some jagged pieces. Please don't forget to sand them down, hot glue it, whatever you can so you don't hurt yourself. I am now going to put some hot glue on the bottom of this and then put the lid on and push it down. Well, it's already pushed down, but put some hot glue on this. Hot glue, close the lid, and it'll be secure, and then I'm going to glue around the lid of the box. Here is my mailbox, all painted. I was going to try and keep the trees. That didn't work out. So now I'm going to take my Gorilla adhesive spray and I am going to spray letters. Where's the word to? Oh my goodness. Here it is. Nope, that's not it. Letters to Santa. Oh, here it is. Okay. Letters to Santa. And then on the other side, I'm going to spray these that say North Pole. So, I'm just going to shake up my can, lightly spray, because I don't want the letters to bleed. I thought this would be better than trying to stencil on to... I am going to put Mod Podge on this, but for right now, I am just putting a little spray adhesive on and putting it on. And then the word Santa. When this dries, I will be putting on the Mod Podge. And then I'm going to turn it around and I'm going to put North and Pole on it. So gently spray. This stuff is very, very sticky, just so you know. So I'm going to put North on. I do not have a Cricut, so I had used a stencil to stencil whatever I wanted it to say, and put it on paper, and then I spray adhesed North Pole. So on one side, letters to Santa. On the other side, North Pole. You can embellish this any way you'd like. I am going to look through my stash of items I have and figure out what I want to put on here. I am not putting this on yet till I finish with my embellishments. But if you see where the UPC seal is, I'm going to put an X so that when I go to put this on, that's where my plunger will go through. So I'm taking my box cutter And I'm going to make a line one way and a line the other way. And then what will happen is it'll go through this hole when I go to put it on. So I'm going to put some embellishments on here, show you what it looks like when I'm ready to secure it to the pole. Here's what I've done so far. I put garland around my mailbox. I cut the hole. I put the pole through the hole. And then what I did was I hot glued down here and up top here. So you could have this taller. Mine is not very tall, but I'm going to set it on a table. So this also will secure it. Now when you're gluing it, make sure that it's facing the front of your box unless you wanted it on an angle. Now I am going to add some glitter and some snowflakes, some more glitter, and more glitter. So I'm going to take this outside because I'm going to spray it with spray adhesive. So I'll be back. This is the finished product of the mailbox. I put glitter. I wrote letters to Santa. If you can see on the inside, I have the pole going through the middle to give it more security, to keep it stable. If you do not glue this box shut, you could always put your lights in there and be able to open it. But I put it on the other side, and I put glitter everywhere. I think it's great. I love it. Big fan. For my next craft, I have this turkey. I have no idea what it's for. Maybe utensils, I don't know, but it's a little box. I thought I could put napkins in there. I cannot. So I'm going to cut off with my box cutter most of the turkey like I did on the back. And I'm going to use this to put in a ball topiary. So you're going to need one of these foam balls. You used to be able to get them at the Dollar Tree. Now you cannot. I got this at the Walmart. At Walmart. You're going to need a wooden dowel. You're going to need some small ornaments in the color of your choosing. Of course, I got these at the Walmart for $3.48 because I could not find the colors I wanted at Dollar Tree, and I couldn't find them this small. So first I'm going to skewer this. Try not to cut yourself. And then I'm going to paint this, and then we'll work on our topiary or ball, whatever you'd like to call it. I don't think it's a topiary. A topiary has more than one, but it's going to be a ball. So I'm just scoring it, putting the lines in there, and then it pretty much breaks off. Very easy. And then I get my sandpaper, usually when I'm all done, and sand it so I can't get cut by anything. And I didn't want a splinter either. So I'm going to continue cutting my lovely turkey. See how easy that is? I just did one. And then you bend it back and forth if you can. His little head's going to come off first. But keep folding it. If you can't get it, take your box cutter, watch your fingers, and go down the inside. just like that. Okay, and then I want to cut this piece off. I might use just my wood wax for the bottom. I think that's what I'm going to use, my wood wax for this, for the bottom. You're going to need one of the fillers, the styrofoam foam fillers, to fill the bottom so it'll hold your topiary also. So when you get it all pretty much the way you want, it's not the greatest cut, then sand down the sides so you don't end up with a splinter. Okay? So I am using my home decor, not sure if you can see that, wax. I'm going to give it a good shake. Here's my little box. I'm going to use a paper towel, and I am going to put my wax onto my wood. You're going to want to try and go with the grain of the wood. This has no smell. It also comes right off your hands. I think it's great. It's better than the other wax like my husband would use to do a project with wood. I like this so much better. It doesn't smell, no harsh smells, and it covers, and you can put it on and wipe it right off. And now you can see the details of the wood. So I'm going to continue around to do the entire box. I had used the wax for my stick also. I do not have foam, so I hot glued my stick inside the middle. That noise you hear is my pig. His name is Piggy Iggy. I'm going to show you him. He thinks I have food. There he is. Piggy Eggs. What you doing? I don't have any food, honey. I have no food. So he's grinding his teeth and complaining because he would like to have some food, because hence he's a pig. So here is the top of my topiary up here. I have it in there. Here's my ball. I don't think it's called a topiary. I'm not actually sure what this is called. But I'm going to put the styrofoam ball onto the wooden dowel. And you do not want it to come out the top. So I'm going to leave it about here. And I'm going to try and secure it. I have to find the foam inserts that you put for your flowers. I have them. I just don't know where they are right now, so I'm making do with what I have. Iggy, I don't have food for you. I'm going to cut my popsicle stick. And put it at the bottom. So it will stand up. So I'm going to add more glue to the bottom, and then I'm going to add my popsicle stick so that it will stand up straight. So I have one in so far, and then I'm going to add another on the other side. Try and hold that up a little bit. Cut another piece of the popsicle stick. Put put some hot glue on here and the bottom and put it in and hold these two guys right here till the glue hardens. That is what I'm doing. Waiting for the glue to harden. It would be much easier if I knew where my foam was. I know I have some, so I definitely don't want to go buy any. So I'm going to add some more glue to the bottom. So this will stand. I suggest you use your finger protectors so you don't burn yourself. But basically I'm building a little wedge. I had it in the middle. Now I kind of have it leaning up against the side so that it'll stay firm. So we're going to give that a couple minutes to dry. And while that's happening, I'm going to take my ornaments and take the metal tops off. The ornaments I got at Walmart have little words and things on them. This says, "'Tis the season." They have glitter in them, these ones. So I'm going to take a little bit of hot glue and try and glue on the top so I don't lose this when I put it on my topiary. Good gravy. I don't know if it's called a topiary or not. And then I'm going to take my finger protector and try and smooth it on there. Don't want to lose the glitter. So there it is. For the most part, it is covered. I don't want to lose the glitter, so that's going to have to dry. Then I'm going to do another one. These ornaments are adorable. I have some that say peace. The purplish pink ones have a little gnome. So I'm just gluing a couple of these, and then we're going to get started with putting them into our ball. So here's our ball. Right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start at the top and put just, easier said than done to try and show you, but I took the top off and I'm going to, now be careful, these are glass. Put it in. And then I'm going to go down in rows. I don't know how many I'm going to need, so I will let you know. I bought 3 packs total of these little ornaments. So far I have 2 on, so I'm going to do a little more and show you what I have and come back and show you again. So I ran to the Dollar Tree to get foam and more balls. So we're going to start over. Here is what it looks like. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take balls of different colors, start putting them on here, and I'm going to add a little hot glue so that they stay in. I have many different color balls. Hopefully this will be enough to do the entire topiary. So I'm going to get started. I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. I'm going to take the hot glue, go gently around the edge. Remember, these are glass, and stick it in. okay? And I'm just going to mix up an assortment of different colors and all, and hopefully I will fill this ball. So I'll be back when I get some more of it done. I've been wanting to make one of these for so long. Now, with doing it, I had some bald spots. So I put some ribbon in spots, and then I put some iridescent glitter and silver glitter on to make it shine. You could add lights where the holes are. I just tried to fill it a little more so that you really wouldn't see what's going on. And as you can see, there's my Dollar Tree bag because I went to the store to get the foam. I used one of the, it goes around the bottom of the tree skirt, there you go, sounds like, and I put that here. I cut that and I added some moss. But I think it looks great. And here they are together. I love it. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you again soon. Please subscribe if you'd like to. I try to put up quite a few videos. And have a blessed day.